But before I was like, the guy's annoying, but I don't know him that well. But after seeing him for 6 weeks, like, he's a real doofus. And now I just actually like don't like him, I guess you could say. So yeah, and that's funny because for me, I've never had to really dislike anybody that I fought.
Are you, just for the record, smoking?
This is True. It's True, the True company. It's a CBD. It helps with healing process and inflammation and stuff like that. So you want to get these for before, after the fights, training, and make your life a better place.
You know, Dana White already said that he said that if he fights 55, he's gonna drop the belt, you know, or unify the belt at 45. So we see what happens, you know. Everybody keep crying and complaining, you know. I ain't no crybaby, you know. It is what it is, you know. I'm not gonna let my emotions get into this. It's just the way it turned out, you know. You can't change nothing. UFC gonna do what they're gonna do, and I'm just ready for the call. Whenever they call me, I'm gonna fight, you know. I like to call it spilled milk, you know. You're not gonna spill milk and try and put it into a container, you know. You just wipe that shit up and move on.
What's your dream fight at this point?
You know, my dream fight is either the rematch with Conor or a fight with Aldo, you know, because you know, I always wanted to fight Aldo since his WEC days, before I even was in UFC. He was the best guy forever, you know. I always wanted to fight him. And then of course the Conor fight, you know. People keep saying, telling me that, harassing me on top of Twitter and stuff, that he had a torn ACL and he couldn't finish me and this and that. But it is what it is, you know. Go tell your boy Conor, prove it that he can finish me. Take the fight, you know. I keep calling him out. I keep seeing, you know. I keep talking, and he's not talking about me. He's talking about a bunch of other guys that he fought before.
Your question, am I disappointed about, you know, leaving the UFC and not having the belt? Yeah, I am. And, you know, actually something right before we got on this conversation, something very interesting came up to me. We're going to have to see where it goes, but it has something to do with my title fight with Robbie. Some very interesting information that came about.
What? What are you talking about?
Yeah, so we'll see what happens with that. I don't really want to speak out too loud about it, but something that really grabbed my attention, and I think a lot of people are going to be very interested to hear about this if it actually is true. I have to do my research, but it could be potentially a very big thing.
Whoa!
And it pisses me off, and it pisses me right off to hear about it, to be honest, because I feel robbed. But you know, I came in, I worked hard for that fight. I fought my heart out. And, you know, I left everything in there. I left my soul. And, you know, I really poured everything out there. I came in honest. And I always have my entire career. I don't play with no dirty drugs, any performance enhancers. That's something I don't believe in morally. You know, I always believed in myself that if I worked hard, I trained hard, I worked my martial arts techniques, I could get to the top and I could be the best in the world. So the fact that whatever happened in there, if this is true, it pisses me right off to my core.
So, I mean, obviously, you may have heard that are you implying that you heard that he failed the drug test or something like that? Is that what you're saying?
Some test results came out 4 times higher than the limit.
For that fight or for his last fight?
My fight with him.
How does this come out now? He's fought twice since.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, it could be bullshit.
Okay.
But, I mean, we have to look into it. That's why I don't want to
Okay.
I don't want to start pointing fingers or anything. But I mean, it definitely. You know, look at their team's history. Look at that team's history. You know, it makes me very suspicious. But I mean, I can't go out and start saying for sure without making my research and making sure that all this is true.
Good source?
Yeah.
Interesting. All right. Well, we'll keep an eye on that. So I'm sure, I guess that kind of adds to the question about not winning the belt. How many fights have you signed for? Can you tell us that?
6.
6.
Conor and Nate fight next.
Well, here's the thing. Everybody has to remember that fight was put together because Conor McGregor's opponent fell out. So Nate Diaz stepped up, took it on short notice. Conor stepped up and took the fight. And, it was such an exciting fight, the first one. They wanted to do it again, so we did it again. But they're not in the same weight class. The fight doesn't make sense. It's not for any titles. It's not for any, ranking positions. It makes no sense. Conor is the 145-pound champion. He needs to defend his title or give it up and decide what he's going to do next.
As for Nate, what do you want to see him do?
Nate doesn't want to fight anybody but Conor McGregor. So I don't know. We'll see what happens with Nate. If he gets tired of sitting around, maybe he'll want to fight.